Hi everybody, it's Andrea, the lead trainer with ClearSpeak. I am an accent trainer or an English pronunciation trainer or coach, whatever you'd like to call it. I've been working with non-native English speakers on developing the skills for clarity and confidence for several years, and I'm happy to be sharing some of my tips and tricks and skills and knowledge with you. I just posted a video for the American T pronunciation, and there's one more really important pronunciation with that letter that I would like to discuss right now, and that is the NT letter combination. So I'm going to share my screen here with you. Do it that way. Okay. American T part 2. Let's look at NT words. Now, what often happens with the NT pronunciation is that we leave that T off. We don't say it at all, right? There are some words where this happens more frequently or more commonly or universally across American English pronunciation, and other times where if we leave it out, it's casual. And if we want to sound more professional or polished or whatever, we leave it in. So let's look at these examples now. We're also going to utilize Youglish as a way to work on pronunciation and listen for some examples of these things that I'm talking about. So let's look at these examples. Number 1. So these words that end in NT, want. If we add an ending on here, it's squished into the middle. Oftentimes, especially in casual speech, we're going to hear people say wanting or wanted, wanting, wanted. I got what I wanted. I've been wanting one of those. Wanting, wanted would sound a little bit more polished or professional or formal. Wanted, wanted. Did you get what you wanted? Okay, let's look at this example right now as a Youglish example. Okay, I'm going to do the word wanting, wanting, and let's hear. Let me pause, make sure I'm sharing my sound. Okay, here we go.
That, me wanting to be able to.
Did you hear wanting? Me wanting to? Me wanting to? Okay, let's look at the next video.
There's a big difference between wanting approval.
Wanting, left it in. Wanting, wanting approval. Let's look at the next one.
Sometimes not wanting to be there at all.
Wanting, wanting, sometimes not wanting to be there at all. If you are practicing your English, I would do what I just did. Youglish is a really amazing tool because you can search videos for these words and maybe small phrases and listen to how speakers would naturally say these things. I would record yourself, even though that might be uncomfortable for you. Record yourself and compare. And then take that word or phrase and make new sentences with it. Not wanting to, not wanting to. I have not been wanting to. Whatever. Okay, let's look at printing. Printing, printed. I know it sounds weird when we break it down like this, but then you throw it into a sentence. It's still printing. It's still printing. If I want it to sound more polished, I'm going to leave the T in. Printing, printing. It's still printing. It printed. I sent it to the printing department. I don't know. Number 3, inner, enter, inner, enter, inner. Oh, what was the one I came up with a second ago that was so good? Intramural. It was something else. Intermediate, 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 intermediate. If you want to check it, throw it into Youglish. See, when is it being left in? When is it being taken out? How does that change how it sounds to you? To be clear here, if you leave the T in and just leave it in all the time, it's clear English. Sounds great. But you're also going to hear speakers take it out, and developing that as a listening skill will likely help you with your understanding and listening at speed as well. And it's good to play with, to push your skills around a little bit. Let's look at number 4 here with enter, right? Interview, interview, interview. I have an interview next week. I am so excited. Interview, interview. I have an interview. I got called back for my second interview. Let's throw interview in here. And Listen to a couple examples.
Earlier today, I came across an interview with Will.
Came across an interview. Came across an interview.
Dr. Phyllis Lee gave me my interview.
Gave me my interview. She left it in.
People could relate to because most people had been through was the job interview.
Interview. The job interview.
Good. Kim, love this interview.
Love this interview. Love this interview. Now, I played around before with changing the speed on these. And when I did the slow speed, it was super awkward. I didn't really like it. But if you're having a hard time catching that, you might want to slow the speed down in there, and see what that sounds like, just so you can kind of catch. Are you hearing the little tappy T in there, or are you hearing it gone? Okay, number 5, interchange versus interchange. Number 6, mounting evidence, mounting evidence. Now, what's interesting in Youglish too is you can, like, mounting might be a good example. If I went through 10 videos, am I hearing the T left in 9 times out of 10? Or am I hearing it left out 9 times out of 10? What's a little bit more common? You can kind of like farm Youglish for what's the most common way to say this. There are definitely words on this list where it's going to be more common to leave it out versus more common to leave it in, or 50-50. Number 7, pointing, pointed. She pointed at it, pointed at it, pointed at it, pointed, pointed at it, pointed at it, pointing, pointing it out, pointing it out, pointing it out. Enter. This is a good one. Enter. I just think it's funny when we break English down this way. Enter. 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 Entertain. 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 I definitely use a pretty commonly in my casual speech. Entertain. Entertain. Mantle. 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 I tend to say be more frequently. Gentle. Gentle. Be gentle. Be gentle. Be gentle. Be gentle. I would flip between those personally. Rental. Rental. We have a few rental properties. Rental. Rental car. Rental car. Might want to throw that one into Youglish. 20. Now this is one you're going to hear a lot of people. In fact, most of the time people say it as a 20. 20. 20. Called you 20 times. 20. 20. 20. Way more common to say it that way. County. County. What county do you live in? What county do you live in? I think this one's probably more regional for how common it is to leave it out versus put it in. Where I'm from Maine, way more common to say county. Number 15, dentist, dentist, dentist. I have a dentist appointment. Dentist, I have a dentist appointment. Really, I think I'm more likely to say this as a, but I think that one's maybe a 50-50. Look at how long this word is. So argumentative, 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 argumentative. Don't be so argumentative. Argumentative, 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 argumentative. This T here is getting the tap T rule applied to it in both situations, but the deleting T and NT situation is happening either way. You know, this would be an interesting one for Youglish as well. Presenting, presenting, presenting. I'm presenting tomorrow. Presenting, presenting. I will be presenting on this topic. As I do my presentation, I might be more likely to say it as be and keep it more formal. Unless I'm doing a casual presentation, and then I might just be presenting. I'll be presenting to you throughout the day. Quantify, such a good one. Quantify, 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 quantify. Inter, again, we have interrupt, 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 interrupt. This would be an interesting one. One of the things I just did there was I actually switched the stress point. Interrupt, 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 interrupt. It'd be interesting to type this into Youglish and see like which syllable are people stressing the most. Introduce, introduce, introduce. I want to introduce you. I want to introduce you to my friend. Introduce, introduce, introduce. This could be another T video. T next to R turns to ch. Intra, introduce, introduce. These two to me, like I think the stress point might be on the last syllable. Interrupt, 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 interrupt. I think it's actually on the last syllable. All right, so then what I would do with this practice, I would throw these words into sentences. My interview is next week. Typo, sorry. My interview is next week. My interview is next week. There's mounting evidence that blah, blah, blah. There's mounting evidence. We like to entertain at our house. We like to entertain at our house. Please do that gently. Please do that gently, gently, gently. I would probably switch this to please be gentle. Please be gentle. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Okay, here's some other tap T exceptions. I'm gonna do a few of these. I'm gonna just check my time here, make sure I'm not going too long. Okay, all of the T's in here, especially these underlined ones, should have the tap T rule applied to them. They're sandwiched between vowels. Normally we would tap that in the United States, but these words remain T, so we don't tap these. The other T's in the words like 2, 3, and 4 are not, oh, and 5 and 6 and 7 are not underlined because the tap T rule doesn't apply here. It's right next to a consonant, and so it's going to stay a T anyway. Institute, institute, institution, instituted, destitute. Let's look at some other ones. Autonomy, auton, natural. That's a good ch, it's right next to an R. Catastrophe, catastrophe. Predetermine, predetermine. Eternity, eternity. This is a tapper. Eternity. Proprietary. If I wrote this out phonetically, it would be way longer than the spelling. Proprietary. Proprietary. Competition. Permutation. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. Again, I am currently taking new clients. It is the end of 2020 when I recorded the video, but please reach out if you would like this PDF to practice with. I am more than happy to share it with you. I can't link it to the video, but I can email it to you. So please reach out in the comments if you would like the PDF, and I'm happy to send you an email with that attachment. And if you want more information on working with a trainer, just let me know. I'm very responsive and would be happy to help you out. Anyway, I hope you're having a great rest of your day or evening. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.